Welcome, all sports fans and everyone across the nation. This is another episode of Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and we are here for our 2028 prediction, right? Of the Women's Basketball Olympics roster, you guys. That's right. It's 4 years from now, but let's have a little fun. Just a little bit of fun, you guys. We're going to go ahead and break down who I believe will make the roster for the 2028 Women's Basketball Olympics, you guys. That's 5-on-5, not 3-on-3. So let's not get too crazy. 5-on-5. We'll break it down from start to finish, from the head coach to the start lineup to the bench, you guys. And I do believe there will be major surprises in our 2028 selection, but it's going to come down to the committee. And yeah, this is for, opinions, and I know I will not be right this is 4 years from now. Anything can happen. I will not be right. There could be a new star that comes into play. Uh, Someone might say, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. So anything can happen, but this is my opinion. But at the end, when you watch this, let me know in the comments, where did I go wrong, or where do you think I went right? So please let me know in the comments down below when you see this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are brand new to the channel and you love what you're seeing. Please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for much, much more content just like this. All right, y'all, let's get it. The first big one, I want to talk about the head coach, you guys. I want to break down the head coach of USA women's basketball for 2028. I do believe there will be change. Cheryl Reeves is a phenomenal head coach. We know that. But just the way that she's been handling the Caitlin Clark situation, handling the questions coming her way about should she, should not she be a part of Team Olympics, Team USA, and just the way she's been running things, the way she's been talking about Caitlin Clark and other people, a little snarky. I think someone's going to say, you know what, for 2028, we need a breath of fresh air, a different change in head coach because it's a new era of basketball. And I'm saying they're getting younger and better now. This isn't 25 years ago. No, no, today's day and age, these kids now. I mean, have you seen these YouTube clips of these females going out there at early ages and looking like pros? I mean, just the way they're handling the basketballs now, the way they're shooting, it's different. And so the future is bright for women's basketball. Cheryl Reeves might not be that kind of player. Look, I don't really know her personality, honestly, but I do know the way she's handled the Caitlin Clark situation has not been the best. It could be handled better. So, I think they'll go with a new head coach. And ladies and gentlemen, I think the head coach for Team USA for 2028 is going to be no one other than Becky Hammond. And yes, before you start to really get in and diving deep into, well, Becky Hammond has Russian ties. Yes, she does have Russian ties. I think she might be a little bit Russian. Whatever. This would not be the first head coach to coach someone that is not what they're born in. For example, U.S. soccer, they tend to always go with guys that are not born and raised in the United States. They always go with someone from, I don't know, Mexico or Italy or Germany, right? I feel like I don't know the rules, so I could be dead wrong with this. And no, I did not take my time to look at the rules, but this is just me kind of in a fantasy mode and saying, as far as Becky Hammond, she is a winner everywhere she's gone, pretty much, especially at the head coach level. She's done it now for the Spurs Summer League, the Spurs G League, and now she's done it with the Las Vegas Aces 2 years in a row, trying to go for a three-peat right now, you guys. Becky Hammond, she is a player's coach, but also she's a tough-minded coach, but also tends to her players, right? She's very relatable when it comes down to her players. I think that look, let's keep it real. As we get older, it feels like the generation is getting softer. So these players might need a little more ta-ta. Now that's mainly for the men. It could be totally different for the women's because the women's game right now is still a rough, tough game like I like it. I think Becky Hammond, no matter what, could be a good piece into mixing very well with the younger generation, and of course, still inputting her roots into the players that come. So I believe whether she's Russian or American, I have no clue what she is, but I do know she's one damn good coach. And this is no slight to Cheryl Reeves, but I think the WBA is looking more for propaganda reasons, and we'll break down a lot more of the propaganda. We'll break down a lot more of, you know, what I'm trying to say, political stuff, right? And we don't like that, but there's always going to be political things that happen when you're dealing with anything USA wise, right? Anything to do with the country, there's always politics in anything that you go into, whether it's sports, management, regular job, the job that you work at right now, there's always some sort or some type of politics that's being played. So I got Becky Hammond as your head coach for Team USA for 2028 Women's Olympics. Now, let's go with our starting lineup. And there's only 12 people who are going to be a part of the roster. You have the head coach. I'm not going to go into assistant coaches. We're not doing all that. But we'll dive into our rosters. And to the left of me, I have starting lineup. It's just your starting five. And then to the right of me, I have the bench. And the bench is going to be your seven bench players. So I'm going to kind of go by importance in my opinion. Importance, not the actual one through five, but we'll go with the importance. All right. And let's start off with the beautiful and oh so talented Asia Wilson, you guys. Asia Wilson will be the starting power forward for Team USA in 2028. I do believe, look, I think right now she's still not getting her due diligence as much as she says, I deserve it. And guess what? She deserves all the love she gets. I think this year it's more towards Diana Taurasi's final run, and I think that's kind of overtaken Asia Wilson and what she really is to Team USA. One, she's the best player in the planet, so let's not get that twisted. And she'll be only 31 years old, only 31 when this 2028 Olympics comes back. So she's still be in her prime, and she's still a beast. And I do believe she still will be the best player on the planet 4 years from now. Maybe. There's a maybe, and I'll tell you why there's a maybe in just a few moments. But I do think we're going with a Portis. I think it's great to establish now this is Asia Wilson's team. It almost feels like 2024 is still Diana Taurasi's team, right? I feel like she has a lot of influence and rightfully so. She's been in the game 20 plus years now, so I cannot knock Diana Taurasi and her influence on this current team. But I feel like it's still her team per se, although the best player is Asia Wilson. But I think Asia now will be more vocal when it comes down to the 2028 roster and establishing this is my freaking team. I respect that. Asia Wilson will be your starting power forward. Keep on with the more of the importance part of this. Let's go with now Caitlin Clark. That's right, you guys. She was the biggest name for being snubbed this particular year. Her or Ogumbawale. I will say Ogumbawale is probably the biggest name, so I apologize. Caitlin Clark is number two. But as of importance, 4 years from now, if you thought the buzz was crazy about her not making the Olympics, I guarantee you she stays in the same trend. She'll be your starting point guard for Team USA in 2028. Caitlin Clark has been a phenomenon. She's brought so much revenue, so much energy to the game of WNBA right now that we haven't seen in a long, long, long time. And you can thank Caitlin Clark for all of this, honestly. She's about 90% of why revenue has gone up, why eyes have been on the game now. You could thank Caitlin Clark. But not only is that, but her play speaks for herself too. Right now, she's truly showing she's the best quote unquote point guard. Not necessarily shooting because she's still struggling with that aspect of the game. But the point guard, her passing has been phenomenal. She'll be your starting point guard for Team USA in 2028. Now, let's keep it going as far as importance. We got Enrique Ogumbawale. That's right, you guys. Enrique Ogumbawale is going to be, in my opinion, your starting shooting guard for Team USA in 2028. That's right. She been snubbed not once but twice. And I think she is the biggest snub once again. But she also said she withdrew her name last month. And for political reasons, she knows what's going on. And she doesn't want any part of it. She gets it. She's out of it. She didn't even try to go through the process. I'm going to take my name out of it. But I do believe Clark is at 26, but Ogumbawale is only going to be 31 herself with my girl Asia Wilson. They'll be 31, so still in their primes. And I do believe this will be a three-headed monster when it comes to these three. Or is it a three-headed monster? Because it could be a four-headed monster. But as far as Ogunwale goes, she deserved not the first snub, but also the second snub. She deserved to be a part of Team USA. So she didn't deserve to be snubbed, y'all. I apologize. She deserved to be a part of the team, not just once, but twice. She's a national champion, right? She's like the second leading scorer every damn year. She either leads the league in scoring or she's like second. So she's a pure scorer. Will be great for Team USA in 2028. So I'm hoping that she's part of the team, and I think that Team USA will learn their freaking lesson. Let's go, y'all. All right, and so we have our point guard, our power forward, and our shooter. Well, who's playing small forward? Y'all, I am not dumb. I am not stupid. Juju Watkins, you guys. That's right. She's right now currently in college, but she's playing for USC. But I guarantee you, 2028, she will be part of Team USA and start lineup. All you Caitlin Clark stands, not fans, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I love Caitlin Clark, but I'm not a stan. And if you guys don't know what a stand is Caitlin Clark can do no wrong at all, ever in her whole entire life playing basketball. That's just wrong. I don't believe that. So what I'm saying is, if Juju Watkins were allowed to be a part of the same draft that Caitlin Clark was in, I guarantee you Indiana would have chose Juju Watkins. That's right. She is that damn good. And by this time, she could be the face with Caitlin Clark of the league. She will be the face of the league, and whoever gets Juju Watkins in 2 years, because she's coming out, I believe, in 2026, unless she decides to stay for her senior year, then okay. But this whole notion of these young players, we all know about the politics from this year's Olympics. There's no one under the age of 26. Well, Juju will be 23 in 2028. And so that's going to break that mark right there. I think Juju is going to be phenomenal for this team. I hate the fact now, and I think it will change in a couple years, where women's college now you'll be able to play 2 years instead of an automatic 3 years. Right now, you have to play at least 3 years, right, or be at the age of 21, I believe. So Juju Watkins, though, she will be a part of Team USA. I'm not crazy, y'all. She could come into her draft class and be a top 5 to 10 player already, right? Something like a Caitlin Clark making a splash in that type of way. Juju Watkins is already built for the game. If you want to compare bodies, like her WNBA body to me is compared to LeBron James when he was 19 as a rookie for the Cavaliers. He was just ready from the jump. I think Juju's the same way. Physicality, her physical, she's a specimen, right? She's a specimen. She's built to last in the league for a long time and I think dominate. So when I say, could she be by this time the best player in the league? I don't really think so. But I'm telling you, she's going to give Asia Wilson at the age of 31 a run for her money as the best player in the league, and even Caitlin Clark, you guys. And I think Juju Watkins is already, I mean, play styles are going to be different, obviously, but I do believe Juju Watkins from head to toe is a better player than Caitlin Clark right now. Things could change though. But I got her as my starting small forward. And that is our last one. Our starting five. We have Asia Wilson at the power forward. We got Caitlin Clark at the point guard. We've got my girl Enrique Gumawale at the shooting guard and Juju Watkins at the small forward. So who is going to play our center? Drum roll. Brrr. All right. We've got Aaliyah Boston. That's right, y'all. I think Aaliyah Boston will be the starting center for Team USA in 2028. Baby girl has deserved it. She is finally, after a slow start to year two, she's finally getting her groove in the last, I don't know, 10 games now with Caitlin Clark. They're like John Stockton, Karl Malone, that Stockton to Malone combination. It's only going to get better as life goes on. Aaliyah Boston has been superb, and I think her footwork and her body, the way she's built, she does a great job of getting great position for those easy layups. And of course, she's a double double machine when she wants to be. Aaliyah Boston, I believe, is going to be the starting center for Team USA in 2028. So we got our head coach, Becky Hammond. We've got our starting five now. At the point guard position, it's going to be Caitlin Clark. At the shooting guard, it's going to be Enrique Gumawale. At small forward, we've got Juju Watkins. At power forward, we got the talented Asia Wilson. At center, we got Aaliyah Boston. Let's go now to our bench players. And yes, the bench is still going to be key to this team. Let's keep it grinding. Our sixth man is going to be Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart, at the age of, I believe she'll be 33. I think Brianna Stewart will be 33 by the time this comes out. I think she's 29 right now. She still will be a really good piece. And she's one of those, I'm not going to call her longevity picks because she's only 33. Deanna Taurasi is obviously a longevity pick for this 2024 roster. But Brianna Stewart, she's still going to be a really good player. Not in your top three or top four anymore 4 years from now, but she's still going to be a really good player and someone that you want the veteran presence to be there. Not a scrub at all. Not saying that. She's going to come down just a little bit, but as far as her importance, is still very important to me. I'm telling you right now because Brandon Stewart is going to be someone that's been there, done that, multiple gold medals, and you still want that veteran presence out there, albeit you're not going to be overseas anymore. It will be in Los Angeles because USA has the Olympics in 2028, so you'll still be in LA, which is cool. All right. So Brianna Stewart though, will make a big impact for this team at the age of 33 years old. Now let's go to our next bench player is going to be Jewel Lloyd. That's right, you guys. The dynamic scorer. Jewel Lloyd will be 34. She'll be one of the older players in this league, but I do believe that her shot making ability, along with Arike Gumwale, are probably the two best in the game right now. Jewel Lloyd is a beast, and when she is on fire, just like Gumwale, they are tough to stop, and you cannot stop them. I'm honest. I'm being honest. I've seen Joe Lloyd cook this year, you guys, and I think that it's only going to continue to happen for Joe Lloyd. I like that. She's being very underrated right now this year, albeit having a phenomenal season, but she's still very underrated, and I think. Her ability to score will not wither even at the age of 34. I think she'll still be a part of Team USA, but she is knocking. That's one of the ones that you can, you cannot. But I'm gonna go right now with Jewel Lloyd to make it as part of Team USA for 2028. Let's go with our next one, y'all. All right, we got somewhat of a surprise. We've got the talented Cameron Brink, you guys, from the Los Angeles Sparks right now. She did tear her ACL, and that is very unfortunate because she was going to have a monster defensive year. I think you take out Brittany Griner, you put in Cameron Brink, you're going to get a defensive monster. Maybe not so much in the scoring because one thing about Griner, she had the ability to score in college and translate it into the WBA. Brink has not done that as of yet, but we've seen very little of her. But I do believe her defensive presence is going to be huge because she was showing it early on in the year before injury. I think when she comes back healthy and she works her way back into the game by 2028, she'll be a defensive monster, able to score a little more than she showed her first couple of games of this year. But I believe that Kim Brink is going to be a defensive guru that we're going to need in the back iron for our bench. I think she'll come in there and play some good minutes for Team USA, and I like the fact that she'll only be what 26 years old, right? They're all gonna be some mixtures of young, old, and I like that. I like that. But Brink is gonna be one of the ones that you gotta keep your eye on for. She's gonna be a beast, and I do believe that she will overcome her injury that she had this year. We're also praying for that. So shout out to Cameron Brink, but I do believe she will be part of Team USA in 2028. Let's keep it rocking on, y'all. All right, we're going with Nafisa Collier. And I think Miss Collier is going to be a beast as well. She's also going to be a little bit older, but 31 years old, still in her prime. I think that Collier has the ability to be a 2010 person every single year. Her body, just the way that she can manhandle down low, I do like it. I do like it, and she's going to be another veteran presence for this team. As you can see, the bench is filled with veterans right now. You got Brown Stewart, you got Jewel Lloyd, and now you've got Collier as well. I do believe she's going to make a difference for this team. And look, they're not going to play huge minutes. The bench, you're probably looking at 15 to 20 minutes, right? Tops at the most. Your upper bench people, 15, 20 minutes. Your lower bench people, you're looking at 5 to 10 minutes, right? I think Collier will give you a 5 to 10 minute kind of run to be that big body down low, and she's still physical enough to be a great presence for Team USA in 2028. So shout out to my girl, Nafisa Collier. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling, y'all. And boom, Angel Reese is going to make the 2028 women's basketball team for the Olympics. Her hustle, her energy has been dynamic. Say what you want. 4 years from now, instead of having that stat line of 11 points, 13 rebounds per game, whatever she's, 12 rebounds or 11 and 11, she's going to have more like 16, 17 points and 14 or 13 rebounds per game by the time 2028 comes because she's only going to get better. Say what you want about her offense. Say that she bricks a lot to get her own rebounds. That is all true, but I think it's a skill set. Dennis Rodman made it to the NBA Hall of Fame. He couldn't score worth a lick, but his hustle, tenacity, his rebounding got him there. Angel Reese right now, who is a, you know, if you look at, if you compare her to Dennis Rodman, she can score the ball. I'm gonna say better, but at a better clip than Dennis Rodman could. Her putback game, her hustle, by far, she's going to be the one to give you 10 to 15 minutes off the bench and make a huge impact for Team USA in 2028. She will also be 26, just like her counterpart in Caitlin Clark. They'll be on the same team and they're going to rock and roll. I guarantee you, her energy, she's already going to be a, like I said, 17 points, 13 or 12 rebounds a night kind of girl by 2028. She's going to find a way to score the ball more efficiently, you guys. On top of that, still hustling and grinding and getting those offense rebounds and putbacks. That's what she does, and that's what I love about Angel Reese. And you cannot deny that not only will the masses want Caitlin Clark there, they also want Angel Reese. And I think that Team USA, the committee, they cannot ignore that for another 4 years. You can't do that. You can't do that. So I believe Angel Reese will be part of this squad. Let's keep it rocking, rolling, y'all. All right, now I've got Jackie Young in there, and Jackie Young could be of, she could be on and off, and she's 50-50. But I do believe if I'm going with the head coach at the Las Vegas Aces, Becky Hammond, right? I do believe she'll have some pull. Like I said, politics always plays a role. And I do believe that Jackie Young might not, quote unquote, deserve that spot, but Becky Hammond's going to say, I want another of my girls on here. It won't be Chelsea Gray. I promise you guys that. Chelsea Gray, she made the roster this year. She got pregnant earlier, about a while ago, and that really, outside of that, and the injury she had too. But I'm saying, you got those three players. I think they'll still keep two of those players. It is Becky Hammond's team, but it's going to be Jackie Young. Jackie Young is still going to be somewhat young at the age of 30. And I do believe that after maybe another title, she'll get a lot more, notification under her belt how good she is, right? Jackie Young is going to be on this squad. So let's go for Jackie Young. I think Becky Hammond's going to make it happen. She's going to have at least one more. It could be someone from the future. We don't know. But she's going to have at least two of her players from the Aces on this team. I guarantee you. Right now, I'm going with Jackie Young. And then we have one more player that's going to be on the 2028 Women's Basketball Olympics roster. That is going to be Sabrina Ionescu, the point guard for the New York Liberty. Ladies and gentlemen, Ionescu is going to be 30 years old when it's come around, but she still has great point guard play. And let's not look. She has she was getting all the attention that Caitlin Clark was on a smaller scale. Now Clark is getting all the attention on a bigger scale, but Sabrina was known as, Steph Curry. She even battled out with Steph Curry in the All Star format for the 3 point contest, right? And that was fun to watch. Sabrina, when she's on fire, another one that you cannot stop, especially from downtown. I do believe she'll be that same flamethrower, and that gives you another point guard per se, right? Because the only ones I see as like ball handlers on the squad right now is going to be Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu. Maybe Juju Watkins to a certain extent for this team, but she'll give you the ability to play the point guard role, right? And there's more girls. I mean, Drew Lloyd can do it, and of course, Gumbawale is also very good at handling the basketball. But she's going to be the one off the bench, right? Starting five. If things go like tight games, they'll give you 32 minutes pretty much. But honestly, if they're blowing teams out, all these girls can get you, the bench can get you 15 to 20 minutes on any given night, any given team. So that is my 2028 Women's Basketball Olympics roster. Please, in the comments, let me know, where do you agree? Where do you disagree? Where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? Let your boy know in the comments, man. Thank you all once again. Hit that like button if you're watching this, and hit that subscribe button if you guys are loving what you're seeing for more content like this. Thank you all for the love and the support. This is our 2028 prediction of the Women's Basketball Olympics roster for the year 2028 from Los Angeles, California, Team USA. That's right, you guys. So here it is, y'all. Let your boy know in the comments, where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? All sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay educated.